Robert hath a swift hand, he doth gaze upon the field, and he maketh a plan, and he hath a jaunty cap. Perched upon his head he is a longbowman, he did find an old bow of yew, and a quiver of arrows in his father's chest, wherefore I cannot say. But he cometh for thee, yea, he cometh for thee. Oh, ye bully rooks with your buckskin boots, best ye go, outrun my bow. Oh, ye bully rooks with your buckskin boots, best ye go, faster than mine arrow. Oh, ye bully rooks with your buckskin boots, best ye go, outrun my bow. Oh, ye bully rooks with your buckskin boots, best ye go, faster than mine arrow. Father worketh all day, and he cometh home late, yea, he cometh home late. Mayhaps he bringeth me a gift. Stew is in the pot, though it doth taste of grit. I have waited ere long. Now mine eye is quick, and mine arm is strong. I reason with me crooked cap, and say thou art an artless, greasy tallow catch, yea. Oh, ye bully rooks with your buckskin boots, best ye go, outrun my bow. Oh, ye bully rooks with your buckskin boots, best ye go, faster than mine arrow. Oh, ye bully rooks with your buckskin boots, best ye go, outrun my bow. Oh, ye bully rooks with your buckskin boots, best ye go, faster than mine arrow. Oh, ye bully rooks with your buckskin boots, best ye go, outrun my bow. Oh, ye bully rooks with your buckskin boots, best ye go, faster than mine arrow. Oh, ye bully rooks with your buckskin boots, best ye go, outrun my bow. Oh, ye bully rooks with your buckskin boots, best ye go, faster than mine arrow. Oh, ye bully rooks with your buckskin boots, best ye go, outrun my bow. Oh, ye bully rooks with your buckskin boots, best ye go, faster than mine arrow.
Let me sail, let the Volga River flow. Let me reach, let me beach on the shores of Tripoli. Let me sail, let me crash upon thy shore. Let me reach, let me beach far beyond the Baltic Sea.
Sail away, sail away, sail away. Sail away, sail away, sail away.
Good evening. I'm here. It's very late tonight, but it's just because I I had to motivate myself a little bit to get started, and yeah, so I was just like, you know, I'm gonna do it. I'm just tired. Well, thanks for waving, Travis. A good evening or good afternoon. Good evening, good afternoon, and good night. But yes, it has been it's not really been a tiring day. It's just been a day, you know, and I sleep poorly, so there's that too. But we are going to paint some. We're going to finish another orc tonight. We're going to get this done. I decided I'm going to switch things up. We're going to paint the female sculpt of the Orc Archers. The last time I painted this fellow, this is the male sculpt. And I like the way that it came out. I somehow gaslit myself into believing that those were not part of the cloth. I'm going to have to paint over those as we paint the cloth on this one. So, but self-gaslighting is a real thing. It happens. I do it to myself a lot. All right. So we are going to begin, as we always do with these orcs, with the flesh. So we'll just jump right into it. We are going to start with our shadow color, which is going to be wyvern green. And I hope you're all having a good one, having a good day, good productive day. Hopefully, you know, life is being kind to you. My day was pretty good. A doctor's appointment, but it's nothing like bad. You need a nap. Why do you need a nap, Travis? It's not like you do anything all day. There's significantly less flesh on the female versions of these models. I'm looking at them right now. I was looking at them before I started streaming. I was trying to figure out what's what. And, it's a little wild. Because, like, the male models have a lot more skin showing. Like, you can see, like, some part of their chest and stuff. Not so much on her, but I mean, I get that, but like, you could still show off her abs. Come on, guys. If she's got abs, she needs to show those things off. Yep, no abs. This is hardcore all-star. That's freaking hilarious. Hooray! Sprint working for like 2 weeks solid is catching up with you, huh? Imagine. You know, I mean, listen. I just, like, if you take a look at, like, the male orc here. I mean, he doesn't have too much skin exposed. But, like, you can see down here, clearly, he's got his abs out, you know? He's not, like, bare-chested or anything, you know? He's not, like, super exposed. I mean, she's just as exposed as him. Like, she's got the legs and the feet out, and the bottom of the face, and the arms. The arms are just as, like, lightly armored. Well, they're a little more lightly armored, I think, on her, because her left arm is a little less armored. But like, her abs, like, she's got no abs out, man. And I'm just like, hold on a second. You know, it's like, wait a second. Like, if she got those abs, let her rock those abs, man. She don't have to have, like, her whole belly out, but, you know, you can give her, like, you know, some abs. No. I want Avalon Hill to hear me. Listen. Avalon Hill. I know you're not watching. I know you're not watching. But I'm going to talk to you all the same. Avalon Hill, creators of HeroQuest. Give me my damn orc abs on the female skulls. I'm glad you waved again, Travis. I saw it. I felt it. I did. And you may not believe me, but I did feel it. Alright, we're mixing orc hide with the wyvern green. our transitional coat. Our transitional color, I should say. I'm actually moving down to my. I'm gonna move up to my 1 when it comes to sizes. Just so I can get a little bit of a finer tip on here. Hello! Welcome to the stream, Alec. Good to have you, as always. What is everybody up to this evening? I obviously am painting orcs, but what are all of you doing? Travis, I think I know what you're doing, because you're always doing it. But humor me. I can't just do it again, Klaus. It's a, it's an organic thing. See, Travis, I know exactly what you're doing. I don't need to ask, but I want you to humor me. And this, yes, this is Iron Man. This is Bardcore Iron Man. So I guess it would be like that Iron Man would just be a knight. Hath he lost his mind? Canst thou see? Or is thine blind? Or is thou blind? That would be the proper one. Or is thou blind? Very nice, very nice, very nice. Doing some WoW, trying to get to 90 for shenanigans. Yeah, I'm probably gonna do that after I hop off the stream. All right, now moving on to straight up orc hide here. Our mid-tone color. And you're valuing your card collection. Now, why would you be doing a thing like that, Travis? You're not planning on selling those cards, are you? Yeah. Is that like a type advantage, Klaus? As a Pokemon joke? And I apologize for making it. I'm glad you're on break. Listen, it's great for me to know that I have a fan of our works. I say our works because you're also a fan of Travis's works. In the place where Lord of the Rings was filmed. Don't mind me, just painting orc flesh. This is numb. Yep, it's Linkin Park's numb. That's it. Of course. Yeah, man. I get it. I'm just touching up some spots here where the paint didn't quite cover how I wanted it to. Smoothing it out. But listen, I could talk about Lord of the Rings all day. I know I didn't mention anything about Lord of the Rings except for the fact that you live in the place where it was filmed. But I freaking love Lord of the Rings. I don't know if I've mentioned that before. It's a joke, I definitely have. If I could be one of those content creators where all I did was post a video about Lord of the Rings every day and like talk about some aspect of the lore that people who've only watched the movie don't know about, then I would be. There's just so many of them out there now. And also I've got other stuff that I want to do. Oh yeah? That was your high school anthem? It's not a bad one. I have a really funny story about that though. About the song Numb by Linkin Park. I went to a karaoke night at a bar in the city that I live in. And I go in there and like people are singing your typical karaoke songs, and you know when you sing karaoke, nobody's good. And it's late. It's like I was working at the news station at TV news station at the time, and I worked nights, so we didn't get off until after midnight. So this was like probably close to 2 o'clock in the morning when we got to this bar and they were doing karaoke night. So I'm not in the mood to sing. I'm barely in the mood to drink. So I you know, I'm just watching the people, and this guy gets up there to sing, and he's a bit of a bigger guy, which, you know, no shame in that. I'm not a skinny boy myself. But they don't announce that they're singing ahead of time. Of course, they just say their name. I don't even remember his name. But he's a bigger guy. He's kind of dressed like kind of gothy. And as he gets up on the stage, it starts, you know, the music. And I kind of vaguely recognize it at first. And then my guy just full sends it. He just full sends, I became so numb! But terribly off key. Kind of like how I sang it there. Terribly off key. Just horribly, like, you know, out of tune. And I'm just like, it is too late for this. Alright. It was one of the most awkward things in my life because he was going for it and he was not good. But bless him for trying. We're on to our first highlight, by the way. Yeah, no, I get it. And that's a hard song to sing, just in general. If you're not, especially if you're not primed for it, man. For my friends, Travis and Alec, just to give you some sort of frame of reference as to what this guy looked like, I want you to just picture Mike from college. And that's very much the same look and vibe that he gave off. Your wife's Mike from college is your wife? Oh wow, I didn't know. I didn't know, Travis. When did this happen? Does Takitha know? Alright, and then we have our final highlight of just the ethereal green. It is Thunderstruck. Alright, this is our final highlight. Oh my god. Rasputin. Russia's favorite love machine. All right, that's our orc skin done. Next, we're going to move on to all the brown. When I painted it last time, I underestimated how much brown there was. So we're using curious leather, of course, as our base tone for the brown. I also like that she has her quiver underslung. Like this guy, as opposed to like the mailer, he has it on his back. But she has it underslung so you can see her hair. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool touch. Cool design decision. Big fan of that. We're hitting on all cylinders tonight, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to music. Oh my god, the pipes. Or the flute, rather. That's just perfect. Whoa! That's cool. That'll be fun to play with. I like my 3D printer. I haven't used it in a little while, but that's just because I haven't had anything I wanted to print. But I think I found some cool sculpts online that I want to check out or try printing. So make sure you keep it in a well-ventilated area. Those fumes are toxic. And if you're painting miniatures, paint them at an angle. Or print them at an angle. Because, especially if they're on a base. Because if they're on a base and you print them just regularly standing up, the base gets warped. But if you print them at a angle, like a 35-degree angle or whatever, then the base won't get warped. That's all I got. Have fun, don't die. Okay. I believe that is all of our brown base coat.
Il y a une maison en Orléans qui se surnomme le soleil levant. Elle fut la ruine.
These guys are singing in Latin.
Dont fit aussi partant.
They're singing A House of the Rising Sun in Latin.
Ma mère était une tailleuse qui cousit mes braises de
All right, our next highlight, or our next color, we're gonna mix Ancient Forest in with our base Curious Leather.
d'Orléans, une citadine.
Gonna make a transitional highlight, sort of our de facto mid-tone. And I know absolutely nothing about trading stocks or crypto, Klaus. All I know is I don't like crypto because farming crypto is what skyrocketed the price of GPUs, and also a lot of it is kind of like feels kind of scammy to me. But you know, I don't know enough about it, so there you go. And I don't want to know, so don't tell me. I should follow that up with I don't want to know. The less I know about crypto, the more happy of an individual that I will be. And the stock market has always just seemed like gambling, but with extra steps. So, but that's just one man's opinion. If you can make money off of it and know what you're doing, great. I am not that person.
Oh, mère, dis-le-moi en France de ne pas faire comme moi. Péchez tout en long de vos tristes vies, là où le soleil le fixe lui. Bien, j'ai une pièce sur les pavements, l'autre est sur les chars. Suis de retour à Orléans, où l'air m'y met une barre.
Crypto is a good boy. He is a super dog. That's fair. I mean, I get it. Listen, man, I'm not disparaging anybody for making a buck. You make a buck, hey, you make a buck, you know? This is a hard enough world to live in without, you know, having a stranger on the internet try to tell you how to make your money. Whew. I definitely don't want to be that guy. When I knew how to make money, I'd be doing something else. I should say, I would be doing just this if I had money, but I wouldn't be so concerned with like things like sub numbers and I wouldn't be so concerned with sub numbers and follower numbers and things like that. And nights where like, you know, it's like super slow and like nobody shows up and I'm just like, you know, that kind of stuff wouldn't bother me. Just like roll off my back. But as a person who doesn't have a job and has, you know, not as much money as I want or need, I do care about those things. And I can't help it. I like to see a clear progression of growth, you know? Sometimes I don't see it, and that makes me sad. But you know, I always appreciate everybody who shows up. Just being honest and vulnerable. Alright. We're all done with the brown highlights. Loud noises. No, it's fine. I don't care. I could do more too, but you know, I just have other things that I have to attend to. I have children. That's my big time management simulator, which is you know, trying to be a good dad. That's the thing. If I were a single guy and unemployed with a lot of time on my hands, or just a married guy with a lot of time on my hands, and no children to care for, then I would have a lot more time to devote to my creative pursuits. As it stands right now, not as much. But you know what? It's okay. I don't mind whatsoever. Because I love my kiddos. I want to be there for them, and they're more important than me reaching 100 subscribers on Twitch. So, there you go. There's my sappy schmaltzy comment for the night. Ah! Pile of paper was sticking in my hand. Ah! I just decided on a whim that I was going to make her hair red. Because that's what that stuff is draping down her chest right there. That's her hair. I don't know if you can tell or not. But yeah, that's her hair. Orcish Bowmaster's not a bad character archetype. I do like some orcs. My favorite 40k faction. Them and I like the Blood Angels. I also am a big fan of the Leagues of Votan because I like Space Dwarves. Okay, so I'm going to take a real quick break because I need to fix these. I gaslit myself into believing that that was part of his faults, and it was not. Definitely part of the loincloth. Hydrate. Got some LaCroix here. I also have a Diet Dr. Pepper. The crisp, refreshing taste of Diet Dr. Pepper. Not a sponsor. I felt like I just needed to. I felt like I just needed to do that. Listen, Dr. Pepper, I'm here, you know? You need a relatively unknown wizard who paints on the internet? I'm your man. I will sell Diet Dr. Pepper. Specifically Diet Dr. Pepper. Don't give me none of that regular Dr. Pepper. I don't need any of that sugar crap. Dr. Pepper Zero is okay. Diet Dr. Pepper is the correct choice. Alright, we're mixing Sanguine Scarlet with the Berserker Red. That's our transitional highlight.
She looked like some kind of royalty from across the sea. I quote thy mind, what dost thou mean? Thou art the one.
Oh.
Dance on the floor in the round. She said, thou art the one who will dance on the floor in the round. She told me her name was Billie Jean. She caused a scene. Then every head turned with eyes that dreamed of being the one who will dance on the floor in the round. And folk have always told me, be careful of thy will. Don't go around breaking your
The child is not my blood. Oh, that's perfect.
For 40 days and 40 nights, God was on her side. But who could stand when she's in demand? Her schemes and plans. 'Cause we dance on the floor in the round, lady. So heed my strong advice. Just remember to always think twice. She quoth, my lady, we danced till 3. She looked at me and showed a tapestry. Babe hath cried, his eyes looked like mine. Do a dance on the floor in the round, lady. And folk have always told me, be careful of thy will. Don't go around breaking young maids' hearts. And mother always told me, be careful with thy love. Be careful what thou do, as lies become as truth. Billie Jean is not my lover. Thou art a lass who claims that I am the one. Neither child is not my blood. Billie Jean is not my lover. She's just a girl.
Interesting. Yeah, I know that other countries use different ingredients.
Neither child is not my blood. She says thou art the one, but the child is not my blood. No. She cries, thou art the one, but the child is not my blood. Billie Jean is not my lover. Thou art a lass who claims that thou art the one. Nay, the child is not my blood.
Nay.
Says thou art the one, but the child is not my blood. Billie Jean is not my lover. 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 Billie Jean is not my lover.
I'm glad we're getting some lyrics tonight, because I love it when people medievalify, medievalify? Sure, medievalify modern lyrics. It's one of my favorite things in the world. Alrighty. Pop on out, sir. I will still be here probably for a little while. We've got some. We've still got some more improvements to make on these orcs. I say improvements. We just gotta finish painting. I'm just finishing up the red on this other orc. Because remember, I gaslit myself into believing that these two portions on the side here weren't part of the cloth bit. When they're clearly part of the cloth bit. There you go. Well, bam. Alright, so we got all the red, we got all the brown, we got all the flesh. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to do the tusks and we're going to do the eyes. So we'll do the tusks first. Also some teeth, I think, because it looks like she's snarling slightly. So we'll do that. We'll do our standard tusk configuration. And we're working with some pretty tiny details here. Look back. So it's a sexy gog times. Time for the sexy gags. Starting off with Dust Bowl. We're going to go down to an even smaller brush, the smallest one that I have. Just because I want a good tip for this. Looks like these ladies have double tusks. Okay. She got them double T's. Double tusks. Dragon Fang. Our next color. Alright, next up is the Darren color. This is the Skeleton Legion. They're so small, I don't even know if they're picking up on camera. You see the teepees? Alright, and lastly, we're doing our final coat of Vampire Fang. I'm putting far too much effort into these tusks, by the way. I don't know why I'm doing it. Just because I want to, I think. I'm always doing too much. That's the problem. I'm not a half-ass it kind of guy, I guess. cheeky little smile. Okay. Now the eyeballs. So we begin this with our ash gray. This is going to be tricky. Because I have to get past the helmet in addition to not getting anything on it. Gotta give her good peepers. Gotta make it so that she can see. Alright, next up is Brigade Gray. Most of these minis have taken about, on average, I would say about 3 hours per mini. Probably about 2 or 3 hours per mini. Maybe 4 for the really complicated ones. This is definitely not Bardcore. It's a video game soundtrack, though, I guess. So it's tangentially related. It's for Fallout New Vegas. Hopefully this doesn't get my stream taken down. But I hope that answers your question.
Begin again tonight.
All right, and lastly, Trooper White. It's very warm here too. And we had thunderstorms this morning, and then at the end of the day, it was super warm and nice. Okay, now that we've done all the white, our final thing is just a quick thing of Blood Angels Red. And now she got her peeper so she can see the elf scum when she shoots it. And off go the sexy gogs. Yeah, that's a pretty cool thing to do. I mean, I've seen people online who give custom paint jobs to big toys and things like that. So yeah, do it. If you're interested in doing it, do it. I'm gonna get myself a new piece of palette paper because this is all crazy. But don't worry, I'm still here. I can still hear all of you. That's a joke, 'cause you guys can't actually say anything to me. You can play sound alerts, but that's the only thing you can do to get my attention. There we go. There's one.
For the Emperor!
There's two. fresh palette paper. I do this because you cannot, well, you can, but you shouldn't put metallic paints on your wet palette. And the reason why is because metallic paints have all these lovely little, like, you know, bits of pigment in them that are shiny, which makes them metallic paints, like dwarven iron here. And that's great. But those little bits will get into your, if they get close to the edge, and if they get, and can at times, like, you know, seep into your sponge, but also when they're on wet palettes, they tend to separate, and that makes them less usable. There are other things to use besides palette paper. I just don't have them. Those little, like, you know, stress pop toys, those silicone ones that are, like, you know, kind of like bubbles, those are really good because you can put paint in them and then just pop it out, and they wash out really easily. So that's pretty cool. But I haven't found one that's like small enough because I don't want a huge one. And I also don't want one that's like a stupid shape or anything. Like, I don't need one that's in the shape of a bat or a heart or a pumpkin or something. And I definitely don't need one that large. I just need like a little, like a 8 or like 10 section one. That would be ideal. All right, so we're starting with dwarven iron. And I'm not gonna bother doing like trim or anything with these because I do have another one of these that I have to paint. Whoop. There's a little design in the middle of that buckle that I'm going to paint bronze, but the rest of the buckle is going to be silver. That is weird. I don't know why it would be difficult to find that. I found mine on Amazon. My boom arms just connect to the desk. I may just have a little vice grip underneath the desk, and That's that connects them. Nothing super fancy about it. That's her thumb? Sorry, I was just looking at part of the mini and I was like, this whole time I've been trying to figure out what it is. I thought it might be a printing error or a molding error. It's her thumb. She's like holding her thumb up. I could not even tell. Oh, God. His thumb just kind of disappears into this. Okay, I see his thumb now too. Wow. Well, I'll go paint their thumbs in just a minute. How does... Listen, I'm not an intelligent man. I have apparently made a grievous error. Alright, helmet, I'm going to be careful because I don't want to accidentally paint the eyes. Light. I believe that is all the silver. Base coat. Alright. And we'll do the bronze, and then we'll add our shades. Yeah, you may be able to find something in a music store. Alright. Next! Spartan Bronze. That is our next color.
Kiss me once before thou goest, summertide sorrow. I have loved thee the
There she is again. Good old Hildy.
shall love thee to my burial. I don my red surcoat tonight, dancing in the dark in the pale moonlight. Like a diver hairless down to the thigh, patterns off, I feel so alive. Oh, by God, I feel it in the air, cathedral bells above are ringing like a prayer. My heart's afire, I feel it everywhere, not can daunt me anymore. Kiss me once before thou goest, summertide sorrow. I have loved thee the most, and shall love thee to my burial. 'Tis but summertide, summertide sorrow. Summertide, summertide sorrow. 'Tis but summertide, summertide sorrow. Oh, I feel the wind with every stride, riding nearly fast as the arrow flies. With my vagabond by my heavenly side, I know if I go, I shall die happy tonight. Oh, by God, I feel it in the air, cathedral bells above are ringing like a prayer. My heart's afire, I feel it everywhere, not can daunt me anymore. Kiss me once before thou goest, summertide sorrow. I have loved thee the most, and shall love thee to my burial. 'Tis but summertide, summertide sorrow. Summertide, summertide sorrow. 'Tis but summertide, summertide sorrow. Oh, I shall miss thee forever, like the stars miss the sun in the morning sky. Later is better than never. Even if thou'rt gone, I shall yet ride. Tis but summertide, summertide sorrow. Summertide, summertide sorrow. 'Tis but summertide, summertide sorrow. Kiss me once before thou goest, summertide sorrow. I have loved thee the most, and shall love thee to my burial. 'Tis but summertide, summertide sorrow. Summertide, summertide sorrow. 'Tis but summertide, summertide sorrow. Oh,
our bronze. Okay, so next we add our shades. We're using Melnile on the silver or iron or whatever you want to call it. The silvery bits. Okay. Good night, buddy. Have some good sleep. Klaus, if you need to go too, man, you go ahead. I'm almost done with this. And this is the same process as the one I did last time, so you're probably not missing too much. Alright, we're gonna add some Agrax Earthshade to the bronze.
Lace your heart with mine. Let your sleeping soul take flight.
See you later, Klaus.
Through the night.
I'm sure you will. Catch me next time. Alright. Let this dry. And I'm gonna paint some thumbs. I can't believe I missed the thumbs on both of these minis.
Hanging moon in fog. Mists will lead where you belong. Sweep me off my feet. Down, down, down by the river. Down, down, down by the river. Down, down, down by the river. Inky embers swirling down, just like the flames that take a chance to be with me tonight. Take my hand and hold it tight, 'cause you and I are everywhere. The night is young, we're going down, down, down by the river. Down, down, down by the river. Down, down, down by the river. Don't wake me up, just leave me there dreaming.
I'm just going through and I'm reapplying the same flesh shades that I did for the other fingers. Why am I doing that? I don't need to do that. This guy, I'm literally only doing the thumb, so. we've got 2 highlights to apply, and then they'll be good. Okay, that's it for the thumbs. Okay, next we're gonna highlight the metal armor. And I'm gonna use Surcoat Silver.
Say we will fare on the sea. For thee that thou art my heel, that thou art neast me, that thou art neast me.
I'm trying to go too crazy with the Surcoat Silver because I don't want this armor to be super shiny.
Dam, da-di-lam, vacarme, s'en va dans l'oubli éternel.
Expedition 33.
Star, dom guardiam,
a game that I really want to finish.
Obscur, bordé aux peintures, trouvera sans elle. Clair, obscur, double de rature, trouvera effet. Clair, obscur, bordé aux peintures, trouvera sans elle. Ô clair, obscur, trouble, rature. Clair, obscur, guardé aux peintures. Clair, obscur, trouble de rature, couvrera effet. Clair, obscur, guardé aux peintures, trouvera sans elle. Clair, obscur, trouble de rature, trouvera effet. Clair, obscur, guardé aux peintures, trouvera sans elle.
All right. Except for the silver highlights. Whoop. And then we are going to do our final highlight of the top brass.
Obscur, guardé aux peintures, trouvera sans elle. Clair, obscur, trouble de rature, couvrera effet. Clair, obscur, guardé aux peintures, trouvera sans elle.
Alrighty. That's all the bronze. So we have here 2 finished Orc Archers. Finito. Very cool. I like these a lot. I think that they got a lot of cool armor on them and stuff like that. So there's 2 more Orc Archers. I don't know if I'm gonna paint them all on stream, but you know, we shall see. Maybe I'll paint them for my patrons, and that can be for them. But I am done. I am finished with the stream. So let's see. Here we go. Just chatting. All right. Well, that's it. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Depending on what I do, we'll see on Monday whether or not we want to keep painting more or 2 more Orc Archers, or we want to move on to something a little more interesting. I'll probably run another poll in the Discord and see what folks over there have to say. And depending, you know, is what we'll do. But thanks for hanging out. I really appreciate it as always, and I will see you all on Monday. Bye bye.